Dominican Republic. Louis, good morning. How are you, sir?
Good morning, Corey. How you doing?
Very good, very good. Louis,
I'm doing
thank you
good
so
as
much for
well.
taking the time to join us. I know it's middle of your trading day, so I really appreciate you jumping on and sharing your story with us. I learned just a couple of minutes ago that you are the good friend of another one of our SurgeTrader celebrities, Mr. Jose Castillo.
Yeah. I used to work with him before, as I told you. We worked at the airport, one of those major airlines, and uh, he actually one of my mentors for trading, actually too.
Nice, awesome, very good, very good. So let's tell me a little bit about your trading journey. I know you started with Yosei at the airport. How did you get into trading? What wanted you to get started in trading?
Well, I started trading back in 2019. I remember I saw Joseph posting some trading information. And I always like want to ask him about that. I say, "Hey, Joseph, can you please tell me a little bit about the trading?" He said, "Okay, you have to look for this, and this in YouTube, and you will get to know that." I start investigating about the topic and those stuff, and it was when I got into the trading back in 2019. But I remember I find it hard for me. I remember I find it hard, and I quit. Then back in 2020, like with the pandemic, it was when I really started with full trading.
Got it,
Uh,
got it. And so what was your journey like? You started on YouTube? You know, you followed those movies he recommended. How did you get started actually?
I started on YouTube, but YouTube has a lot of information that you don't know how to connect each other. So I
Right.
was looking one video, and that video showed me something that I don't understand at all, and maybe I went back to another video, and so it was when I was working by that time with a friend of mine that was um, um, Joseph a student, and he taught me a little bit of the introduction of the trading. He was very nice with me. I understand right away because I have a little bit of knowledge of the trading, and it was when I decided to keep going with YouTube. And in YouTube, I got the information I needed because I already know I already knew what to look for in YouTube. When you don't know when you're new trading and you don't know what to look for, you kind of you will be lost in the internet because
Right.
there's a
So much
huge amount
information.
of information.
Right,
So
right. So
it was
that
back
that's a
then.
great point. So how did you what helped you kind of use a roadmap in YouTube? Because you could get lost in YouTube so easily. What was the tools you used to figure out what pieces you needed to learn from YouTube?
Well, Joseph helped me a little bit with that because I remember I asked him what specifically I have to look for in YouTube, and he kindly sent me the post. You have to look for this, and this, and then when I took the class with my body, he told me you have to also do this, and this. And once I knew the program I have to use, he can I start like getting connect with everything, and that was really nice on my part.
Nice. How long would you say that process took? Kind of going through YouTube, figuring out what you needed, what you didn't
Well,
need.
let me tell you that that took a long process. I would say it took me around 1.5 year to get everything because I didn't have a strategy. So I have to look for another person to teach me a strategy. But it took me around 1.5 year to get everything connected. That's something good. When you have a mentor, when you have somebody that teach you, that person will guide you step by step of what you have to do in order you not to be lost on the information on the internet.
Right. Even
Mhm.
with the mentor guiding you of what bits you needed, it still took you a year and a half, a long time. Would you say it would have taken even longer had you not had somebody guiding you?
Well, I kind of had somebody that taught me what I learned, what I knew about that time, but I didn't have somebody that was like guiding me step by step. Like you have to do this. If I do something wrong, you cannot do it like that. I didn't
Ah, I
have
see.
that person that guide me or correct me when I'm wrong. So for that reason, maybe it took longer for me to become
I see. So
professional
you
trader.
didn't have like a direct mentor. You had somebody who kind of showed you a roadmap, and then you did most of the studying on your own.
Exactly. And that took me another half. Because of that, that took me another half a year, like completely 2 years, so I can become a very good trader, maybe in the on the stock
Nice,
market.
nice. So, looking back, what would you do differently now? Let's say you were starting over today, you didn't know anything. How would you recommend somebody new get to where you are now? What's the easiest path to get profitable?
I would say I would contact somebody that has already a progress on the trading, and I would try to pay so I can cut the time because you
Right.
can do it by yourself for sure. And especially if you are a smart person that get involved with YouTube and something like that, you can do it by yourself. But it will take longer to get it than if you contact somebody to teach you. There's a lot of people out there available so they can show you how to do the trading.
Nice. And do you offer education?
We do. One of my first student was back on 2021, more or less. He's my buddy. His name is Pedro. I remember he said, "Hey, Luis, are you available to show me what you do?" I was a little bit afraid of not doing it right, but I saw that that person was available so I can give him the hand with the trade. I showed him how to do it. I guide him, and he's one of my main students. Right now, I have an academy with at least 90 people from then to now, and that's good. I have seen of them. I have seen some of them having result already, and his process took kind of 1.5 year. Everybody is different.
Sure,
And
sure.
I remember a couple days ago we went to New York to spend a weekend with one of the profits he
Nice.
made in the stock market. So that's pretty
Oh,
nice.
awesome.
Uh,
That's very
I
nice.
always tell all my students, with the first profit that you make out of the market and you withdraw it, let's buy something that remember you that things came from the trading. So that will inspire you to keep doing it right every day. So I tell him, you know
Right.
what? That was like a goal for him. I told him, you need to make some money this year before the end of this year. I know that you have the knowledge. I know that you have the discipline and the psychology in order to get it, and I'm pretty sure you can get it. And he said, okay, let's do it. I help him. He make the money. He withdraw the money, and we went hit the road in New York. We spent a good time. We really
Wow.
spent a good time.
That's
Hmm.
great. That's a good principle, to reward yourself a little bit, so you remember, you kind of
Exactly.
anchor that to a good time, so when you do have
Hmm.
bad days in the market, you can remember
Exactly.
the good stuff. That's nice. That's nice. So let's go jump back to your profitable journey for a little bit. So it took you about a year and a half to 2 years, and at that point, would you say you were still kind of breaking even, or were you a profitable trader at that point?
Well, by that point, I knew that I was missing something. And with the same person, with Pedro, the person that went with me to New York, we were talking. We were talking, and we said we need like a little jump. What we need. So then we spoke with Joseph. We went to Miami to have a class with him, and he gave us the information. He was really nice at it. And then after that, it was when we start getting like the profit on the market to have the right psychology, the right mentality to go to and hit the market. So
Was
from
that
that
change?
time
Would you
on,
say? Oh, I'm
uh-huh,
sorry. I'm sorry. Go on.
from that time on it was when I start to see the profit. That doesn't mean I didn't. I lose too, but I lost less than what I was winning. So I noticed the change. It was really nice to have.
Nice. Was that change something to your strategy, or was that a psychological change to your off the chart stuff?
It was the same strategy. I changed the psychology, the mentality to come to the market. And let me tell you something, Corey. Many people come to the market thinking they will make thousands of dollars with $300.
Sure.
So maybe that happened to me at the beginning, especially because at that time I was making a lot of money at my job. Uh, but when I changed that, when I when I told myself, you have to do it, and it's a process. It's little. You have to get it little by little. You will get it. Uh, that helped me change a little bit. Hmm.
I got it. So you were trying to make too much money. You were over trading. You were trying to make
Yeah,
too big of percentage gains.
yeah.
So how
Mhm.
how much did you cut back? So instead of trying to double the money, now what are you trying to do?
Well, to tell you that one of my main account was $5,000. $5,000 in the Dominican Republic is a lot of money. I was over leveraging, right? Is I was
Sure.
doing like risking maybe 10, 15, 20% of of my account.
Wow.
That
Wow.
was
Wow.
great. That was crazy. That was crazy.
Right.
And that's something that a lot of that's happened to a lot of people here. Uh, and it's kind of grown mentality, because if you think a little bit of $1 here in the Dominican Republic is 50 pesos. So sometimes I tell my guys, or the guys from my community, guys, you live in the Dominican Republic. So there are some of them that live in Europe, some of them live in South America, some of them live in the States, but most of them live in the Dominican Republic. I always tell them, guys, remember, you live in the Dominican Republic. $1 is 57 pesos. That means that when you make $300 out of the market, that will be a lot. That will be the base salary of the Dominican Republic. $300
Right.
is a good. It's like the monthly salary of the Dominican Republic. So making $300 in one click, maybe 1 hour at maximum, that's a lot of money. Sometimes we want a lot, so we
Sure.
know that we could take the $300 with a good rate, maybe one to two, 1 to 3 rate winning rate, and then we want more and more, and that's something that get us to a bad habit of uh, losing maybe. So
Right, right.
that's not good.
Anytime you're going to wager or put that much on a trade, it's, might work out one or two times, but in the long run, the probabilities are so against you. You're going to lose that kind of style trading. So what did you cut back to? How much do you risk now per trade?
Well, right now I'm risking between 1.5 and 3% of my account, depending. Depending if it is a personal account, that will be maybe 1.5 to 2% of my account. And I always says, if you do like that and you have a really good winning rate, you never will blow your account,
Right,
because you will need risking uh, 2% of your account. You will never blow your account because you will need 50 trades in order to blow it.
right.
And that's not going to happen. Even though you don't have a strategy, even though you are like gambling in the stock market, you're not going to blow your account. That's
Just
my
by
philosophy.
probabilities, you'll
Exactly.
get, one and one, one and one, one and one. So with those, and this is what I've told people for a long time. It's all the off the chart stuff that really makes a good trader. It's the journaling, it's the risk management, and once you really understand that risk side of things, that's when traders really seem to take off and propel. So when you learned that, hey, I don't need to flip, a $300 account into 500 into $1,000 every trade, how did that change your trading? So you're taking much smaller pieces now and you're much more profitable long term.
Exactly. And something that helped me a lot was the book Atomic Habits.
Okay, sure.
That person speak of having 1%. He's talking about the behavior, personal. Be 1% better every day. So that I applied that to the trading, and that when you are not over leverage, right? You are more calm on the trading. You can wait your stop loss or you take profit. So right now, I feel a lot better than when I was risking a lot of money. When you're
Right,
risking a
right,
lot of money,
absolutely.
it's not only risking a lot of money, it goes against your psychology, and you want to cut the winning, and you want to put a lot of risk in your stop loss when you are over leveraged.
Right. Absolutely. That's such a great point. It's the damage to your psychology when you're over leveraged. It really hurts the trading. When
That will
you're
really
when you're at
hurt
a
you.
comfortable, 1%, 2%, even 3% of your account, you have a lot of room and you can make better judgment calls.
Exactly. That's right.
Tell me about what trading meant for you as a resident of the Dominican Republic from an income perspective. Like, you could quit your job. Like, what did trading equate to for you?
Well, trading, I see trading as a high opportunity to make a lot of money. And once again, I put in perspective the Dominican Republic with the States. Uh, I see it really easy to make maybe $2,000 maybe in the right here, maybe with one click, and that's a huge opportunity because $2,000 that would be like over $100,000 here in the Dominican Republic, and you can do a lot with that, a lot. So there's a lot of opportunity that come. I'm right now full-time trader. That's what I was making back in my job when I was working in the tourism industry. And right now, I'm making that maybe one day, 1 week, 2 weeks. So that's equals to a lot of opportunities. And I see there's a lot of people that are getting into the trading and they are getting to know the trading because they see that. Not only in the
Right.
Dominican, all around the world.
All
All
over,
around the
right?
world.
Absolutely.
All over the
Yeah,
world.
it's a way that people can have freedom, financial freedom. They could get out of the daily grind and really, in some cases, they could make much more money than they could ever make in just a regular job.
Exactly. Exactly. Well, I would never recommend to quit your job in order to focus on trading. No, you have to do it. You have to see the trading at the beginning as a part-time job, an
Sure.
extra income. You keep your job, and that's something I learned from Joseph as well. You keep your job, right? You have the trading, you will see the trading growing up, you will see the profit. When your profit do 2, 3 times your profit, your salary, then you can quit, right? So I would never recommend to a beginner to quit the trading, to quit to their job to focus on trading because that will go against you. That will go against you. I
Right.
remember
Right. Of course, it's
there's
more stressful. Takes a lot
mhm,
lot more out of you psychologically as well.
exactly. I remember a person. Unfortunately, it was not a student of mine. Uh, he he saw how easy you can make money on trading. Um, he had like $20,000 in his account, saving account, and he quit. He quit his job, and he was focusing on trading with those $20,000. He started making some profit, but he saw it was so easy, he started over leveraging, right?
Mm.
And that went against him, and he started losing money, losing money. When he realized he was losing money, it was when he has already 5,000 in his account, and when he said, "Okay, I have to stop. I have to stop." And something that I don't like from that story is that he's telling everybody that trading doesn't work. Trading doesn't work because you didn't apply it to the right way, because you came to trading with the wrong mentality. If you do like that, you will be frustrated and you will always say trading doesn't work. And of course, it won't work for everybody because if
Sure.
if it does, everybody is going to be trading, and it's not. It's kind of a doctor. Not everybody will be a doctor. Not everybody will be an engineer, right? Not
Right.
everybody
Of course.
will have a very good muscle on, going to the gym. Not everybody will have the results. So you have to come, no matter to the industry where you come, you have to come with the right mentality in order to be successful.
Right, right. So do you think that so I've heard from other people that anybody can do trading, as long as they follow the program, they have the right mentality. Some there's going to be varying levels of success where some people might only make a little bit of money, some people make a lot of money. But do you think it could be something that everybody could at least uh, attempt to do, or do you think you need a certain predisposition for it?
Well, I think trading is an easy job, and everybody can do it. The matter is, once again, the mentality that you have when you come to trading. And somebody said trading is the hardest way to make easy money because
Right.
once you get to manage your mentality, once you get to manage your emotions, once you get to manage your technical analysis or fundamental analysis, it's one click, just one click to make a lot of money. Pedro, my friend, he says, bro, we are in one click on the right direction to make a huge amount of money. I said, that's right. You're right. We are in one click with a computer to make a lot of money. And everybody can do it. Everybody that have the put the effort and the sacrifice and focus on trading, they could do it. And never quit. I will always say, never quit. Because if you quit, you lose twice. You lose what you already progress on trading, and you lose also what was going to get with the trading. If you don't
Right.
quit,
Right. You lose your
if you
future.
don't quit, you lose your future. Exactly. You lose your past because you already invest, and you lose your future. And I always remember a picture I saw on Facebook. It was like a digger, a diamond digger, and he stopped. He quit, just a couple inches from the diamonds. Another person came. He just gave one. I don't know how the name how to say that. He just dig a little bit more, and he found all the diamonds. So that person quick twice, quick. I mean lose twice.
Right. Right.
Lost the what he was done, and also lost what the other person found. You know.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Mhm.
So, talk to me a little bit about your strategy itself. So, you mentioned fundamentals and technicals. Give me a broad overview of what you look for, not from the psychology side. We'll jump into that in a minute, but just from your strategy side. Give me a quick
I
explanation of your strategy.
I am kind of more technical than fundamental, but I learned that when you combine fundamental with technical, that's that's a boon. All
That's
right.
the
So
superpower.
I do. It's a superpower. Yeah. So I do supply and demand zone. All right. So I wait for my son for the price to come to me. I never follow the price. I wait until the price comes to me, and that helped me a lot with my patients. You know. So once the price come to my area to the man or supply zone, I wait for confirmation on lower time frame. And if I cannot get it right there, I have another strategy that is more. I'm more day trader. I'm day trader, but
Hmm.
I can use some scalping sometime.
Okay. And then what
Mhm.
are you typically trading? You're trading a few pairs? Do you trade a little bit of everything? What are your assets that you like to follow?
Oh, my main asset is Nasdaq
Hmm.
right now, indices. But I also do the gold. I do um, the oil and those stuff. But main indices.
Got it. And then you mentioned you're a day trader. How many trades are you taking a day, a week, a month? Like on average,
M-
what do your numbers look like?
Maximum two.
Two a day.
Maximum. And I have the following rule because you have to keep in mind that there's something different. Strategy is something, and the trading rules is something different. The
Right.
strategy will go into the trading rules, but the trading rules will cover more, right? So I said, if you have one winning trade, okay, you can have the other one, all right? I can have the other one, but risking just 25% of my profit. Maybe
Of
if I
whatever
have
you win
another week,
first.
exactly, just 25% of it, okay, of whatever I win for. That's something that worked for me. Okay, that's
Because
something
even
that
if you
worked for
lose
me.
that trade, you
And
still have a positive day.
exactly, if I lose that trade, I will have a positive. And normally my winning rate is 1 to 2.
Okay. And then what
Mhm.
about if you're, so you said two a day. So if your first trade is not, so you risk what between 1 and 2% on your first trade. If it's a loser,
one and three.
you take another trade.
That's dependent. That's depending on the zone that I will be trading. Because the zone could be maybe 1%. If it is 1.5%, I could take two trades. But if I see a high probability of that zone to be working, because that depends a lot on the structure of the market,
Sure.
then I can go to 3%. If it is 3% risking, I'm not going to the trade. And also that's depending if it is an evaluation. I'm a little bit more risk. I take a little bit more risk on the evaluation than
Hmm. Hmm.
personal or real accounts.
Sure, sure. So you grade your entries, and then depending on the returns or the risk to reward on those entries, you say if you're going to take one or two and how much you're going to risk. And then what about setting
Exactly.
your stop losses? How do you actually get in and get out of the trade? I know you're looking for, supply and demand zones, but what actually is going to tell you when to get in or get out?
That's a very good question. To get in is easy. To get in, I just wait for confirmation on a lower time frame and I go in. Okay. Now, to go out, because many people think get in is not the problem, it's managing your trade and go out. That's depending. To go out, I use four methodology. One is a risk reward. I risk one, I take two. That's the
Hmm.
main one, and that's dependent. The other one is for structure of the market. Even though I'm looking for 1 to 2, if the structure tell me I cannot go for 1 to 2, I only do 1 1. That's depending on the structure. But the one I like is, and that's dependent. If I take the trade and I realize I took it on the beginning of the rally, I go to lower time frame and I go follow the price with the stop loss. So I after break even, I go following the price, and sometimes that's a blast. If you know how to do it, and the price wants to run the whole day, you can do it.
Nice.
It will be a blast.
You get in at a level, and then you kind of scalp it out.
Exactly, a scatter.
Nice,
I will be
nice.
a scalper. That
And
that's
then
kind of a
how?
trailing stop.
Sure, sure, but you
It's
manage
like
it
a.
yourself. You watch it.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
How do you manage your stop losses? Are you managing the trades actively? Let's say it's a 1 to 2, but your thesis breaks down. Are you going to let it hit your stop loss, or are you gonna get out of that trade early?
No. Uh, Once I get into this trade and the trade is giving me 1.5 of profit, I move my stop loss to break even, because I said it doesn't make sense once you are looking, because 1.5 could be a lot of money. Once you see
Sure.
that money to the price come and look for your stop loss, that's not good. That's not healthy for your mentality, for your psychology. So I'm managing to move my stop loss to break even when I reach 1.5, and when I'm about to hit the target, I move my stop loss near the price, because
Got it.
because that happened to me a lot before in the past, that the price was about to touch my target for one tick, it go back
Right,
and
right, of
touch
course.
mine.
Yeah, you're 10
And
cents away
so,
from your target, and you give it all back.
and also that depends on how many contracts or lots I'm using. For example, if I'm using 10 contracts, you do micros contract
Hmm.
on future or lots. I took part of my profit, one, and part of my profit two, and I always leave one contract, one lot to rally, to run.
Right. So you know what I'm
Mhm.
hearing from you is a very mature trader, right? A lot of traders, 1 to 1, it's not that fun, but that's what takes to get longevity, right? Traders want 5 to 1, 20 to 1. They want really high wins, and that's where you're getting into trouble. Your approach is much safer long term, particularly preserving those gains and preserving your losses. So don't lose, and then the money you make, take it.
Exactly, and I always said that will help. What you want is to be profitable, to make profit. At the end of the day, that's what matters. Trader is not about making money. Making money comes
Right.
because you do the right things. I think trader is about to managing your money, like to to protect your money, right? And once you see a profit, that's already your money, and you have to
Sure.
manage to get it. Mark Douglas
Don't give it
says
back.
there's yeah, Mark Douglas from Trading in the Sun said that there's a lot of people that see a very good profit and they return that profit to the market. That's not gonna happen to me. I always take some. I always
Good.
take some portion of the money. And one of the five rules that they had that he said that all trading can do is taking pay yourself as the trade is gone. So I pay myself, and that gives me a little bit of more quietness. So I feel very
Right.
quiet.
Right.
Once I have a profit on my wallet,
Yeah,
on
you
my
feel
account,
good. It's a good
it feels
day.
good. Yeah, I feel like okay, I can let this rest of the contracts run, and maybe I can make a little bit more of money. But I already have
Right.
my profit on my account.
Good. Very good. Tell me about your experience with prop trading. So I know you said in the beginning you traded just your own account. How'd you learn about prop? What has it done for you? What does it look like in the future?
Well, I would say pro firms have changed like 180 degrees starting 20 maybe 2021st. I'm here, but when I started, I remember pro firm was I would say a little bit expensive, and
Hmm.
most of them were futures pro firm. And I remember there were um, a lot of steps you have to follow, a lot of rules and everything.
Right, right.
So
Time frames and
time frames. When I lost I lost. I don't know if I said that, but I lost my $5,000 back then, and I said I cannot lose it again. I cannot lose it again. So I realized that programs give you, even though you have a lot of rules, they have by that time they have a lot of rules. Um, I said I prefer to go through the rules, right? And with a little bit of investment, I can make a lot of money, risking maybe not my capitals, another
right,
profit capital. That's what I did. And then when I get to know about you guys, that you guys did it a little bit different. I didn't know about living preference didn't allow you to, even right now there are some of them that you cannot they are not they don't allow you to have overnight trades. You do.
right,
So
right,
that's really good. You have a very good drawdown. That's really nice. You guys have the option to trade stocks, to trade CFD. I do CFD with you guys, Forex and those stuff. That's really nice. Uh, I trade Bitcoin once in one of those accounts. I don't know if I have a lot of time. I don't trade it. I don't know if you guys still have it,
we
and
do.
that's really nice. So when I saw all the benefit, again, and that's a common question in my community. What is better, teacher? What is better, have my own money or have a profit money? I always says pro firm will be always better. And I said trader have four steps. First, education. It doesn't matter if by yourself or with a mentor, right? Two, time in demo, simulation. That's very important because it's when you're going to try your strategy, right? And you will try your platform, no matter which one. You will try and you will see how it works. Number three, go to a pro firm and see how you manage your risk. And then, if you want to put your own money on risk, because you manage is good on the pro firm, you can do it. But I
Right.
always prefer pro firm.
Would you say that so a lot of people come to prop firms and initially they say, oh, there's a lot of rules, a lot of steps, you have to only so much drawdown. And they start to trade and maybe they'll lose an account, maybe they don't, but those rules tend to make them much better traders, right? They have the drawdowns, they have to follow those guide rails, and ultimately it's a benefit. Do you see it that way?
I do. I see it that way. I always said, as a human being doesn't like people put rules on them, right? For that reason, there's a lot of people that doesn't like pro firms because they think there's a lot of rules or blah blah blah. For me, that's good because if you apply that rules into your trading, into your money, your own money, you will be profitable.
Right.
So that rules help you become a better trader. That
Absolutely.
means that I'm agree with that with the rules. There's some company that have some rules that I don't like, but every company is different.
Sure.
But rules are really important, so so trader don't lose money.
Very
Hmm.
good. Very good. So, yeah, Luis, again, thank you so much for joining me. Before I let you go, do you have any like kind of rules of thumb or tips for the audience to help them get that 1% better? What can you leave us with?
Absolutely, absolutely. That will be very simple. Keep trading simple. And if you see that your strategy is not working right now because of a bad days, don't change your strategy. Take your time, go and find some psychological um, books or psychological videos, and that will help you better than go find another strategy because that's something that happen a lot. People are jumping from one strategy to another one when they don't see a profit right away. Maybe
Right,
you
right.
lose one day, maybe another day is coming to lose. The third day, we want to change the strategy. Don't change the strategy, change the way you see the market, or take a break, take a breath, and then read some good book of psychology. That will help you a lot. I always have
So the
some good
strategy might
books.
not be broken. Actually, the trader psychology might be wrong. Do you recommend
Exactly.
journaling?
Absolutely, that's very important of a trader. Write everything you do, everything you didn't do, everything writing that will help you a lot. And this morning I was talking with my community. I told them if you don't write what is wrong, maybe tomorrow you will forget it and there's no way you can fix it because you forget it.
Right, right.
If you journal and you say, okay, today I was not patient and I entry in the wrong direction. Tomorrow when you come and you read your journal, you will try to fix that error you commit yesterday. So that will get you better and better, 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 better. So
Good
journal is
tips.
very important.
Awesome.
Mhm.
Well, Lewis, thank you again so much for joining me. I hope you have a great holiday season, and we'd love to have
Thank
you
you.
back on in the new year.
Thank you. I'm always available.
Thank you, sir.
Thank
Have
you
a
so
great
much
one.